Based on the really positive comments around brevity and how to the point my last review was, I thought I would keep this trend of short, no BS sort of sub 5 minute reviews going. I have found it slightly more challenging with a game that needs more said about it, but either way, let's dig into Ghost of Tsushima. Now what is it? It's an open world action samurai RPG light with a 70-30ish mix of toe-to-toe sword fighting and stealth gameplay, all set in 13th century Japan. And what is it similar to? Well, for me, I got a strong Assassin's Creed vibe off the sword combat, but it felt like Horizon Zero Dawn or even Shadow of Mordor, specifically in its world exploration systems and quest design. That said, these other games are a mere touchstone, as this game certainly has its own identity, made clear by its art design, combat system, and skills. The sword fighting is the reason to play this game. Think of a very approachable Sekiro or Fallen Order. Parrying and dodging is a must, and thankfully poor timing, or just being a bit shit, isn't punished like the aforementioned games though. Guess what? I actually think Ghost was designed to be fun for us normal humans. What I liked is the tactical complexity in the sword encounters by the use of a stance system and less focus on just lightning reflexes. So, depending on the enemy faced, a shield wielder, a brute, a guy with a sword or a spear, the correct stance is needed. If you have it right, then they die fast. These stances also apply to the beautifully cinematic set-piece duels, which are an absolute highlight for the game. Now, stealth on the other hand felt very situation specific and clunky, and showed up the poor enemy AI in a big way. Some campaign missions even forced stealth, with the dreaded fail states, "You have been spotted, black screen, restart the mission," which I think we can all agree in this day and age is just trash. It's weird actually, as Ghost of Tsushima had such high points but real low points for me, like the stealth missions I mentioned. The opening act, the introduction to the characters are not great. The characters' animations outside of combat are not great. Climbing and grappling hooks, not great. These were just minor issues that bugged me from the start, but eventually I put my finger on what my major thought with the game is. That it's very done before in underlying design. What I mean is I love the world, the armor types, the UI, the navigation by wind, finding areas of interest with the animals, that sort of thing. But I was still doing what I've been doing in open world action games for years. Find locations to improve max health, find collectibles, do mini games, clear outposts, find vanity items. The wind and the animal navigation was a great way to do away with the big old map markers. But the core open world video game tropes still remain. But maybe I'm being unfair to expect more than that? I don't know. A couple of absolute standouts though are the haiku minigame, where I would reflect on a subject and then, using the environment, create a haiku. It was sedate and thoughtful and simple and just frankly brilliant, and I enjoyed it immensely. Ghost also has one of the best photo modes any gameographer could ever ask for, and the full-on black and white Kurosawa mode with a Japanese voiceover will be a bliss for samurai flick fans. So, time ticks on. Let me get back to the supposed brevity that I've been striving for. What I'm saying is that this is a good sword fighting open world action game, but I think it's not destined to be one of the all-time greats though. Ghost of Tsushima nibbles around the edge of the genre, making cool wee changes, but does not revolutionise the action open world game. In fact, it actually stumbles in places I've alluded to already. What makes it a game worth experiencing though is its beautiful art style, its music and audio design, and the story beats in the later part of the game are really heartfelt and strong. And if you like Japanese culture as I do, the recreation of 13th century Japan is what made Ghost of Tsushima go from a fun game to personally quite a special video game experience. So, those are my thoughts. There you go. I hope you get the vibe of the game and my thoughts on it. Remember to like and sub and swing past Koru-Cottage.com, and remember, if you've got any questions, please feel free to jump in the comments. Thanks.